Okay, we'd like to thank our speaker this evening. I've attended many of these seminars, and every time, I've even heard the same speaker several times, but each time I listen to one of these speakers, I feel like I'm learning something. I want to thank the venue today, Hendershot Sporting Goods, for hosting us. I want to thank them for their hospitality. They have a great selection of firearms down there. They have lots of training classes available. So if you have any questions, please talk to Mike, their sales rep here. He'll be happy to talk to you and answer any questions you may have on firearms. Again, thanks to our speaker and thanks to our sponsors tonight. First of all, a little bit about myself. My name is Michael Faith. I've been involved in the firearms industry since about 2011. I've been a hunter and shooter most of my life, but I formally got introduced to working in the industry at about 2011. So I've got a number of NRA credentials. I've done a lot of teaching, firearms training, basic pistol, Maryland's HQL, wear and carry classes, advanced defensive pistol. I have credentials in basic pistol. I can teach any handgun course the NRA offers. So that's kind of my background. I'm excited about what we have to offer because I think U.S. Law Shield has the best product on the market. It's great value, and offers a great service, and meets a great need for the firearms industry for people who own guns and carry guns. I want to tell a little story to kind of illustrate the importance of having some type of protection, some type of insurance, some type of legitimate legal representation if you get yourself into a bind. About a year ago, a customer called Hendershots and spoke to one of my associates. The gentleman lived in the area. He had lived in Baltimore at one point, and many years ago, Maryland has a lot of gun laws. We're all aware of that, right? Many years ago, they passed a specific set of rules or laws regarding assault pistols. Now, I don't even know really what an assault pistol is. It sounds like something that somebody made up that didn't know much about guns. And they banned these assault pistols. Well, there's a gentleman who owned a couple of these devices, and the law was basically stating this, that after this certain period, they'll be illegal, but if you want to keep what you own, you have to register with the state before, probably October 1st of that year. That's usually when these things go into effect in Maryland. This gentleman, though, was he worked on ships, so he was at sea for months at a time. So when the law was passed, when the law was debated, when the law was argued, and finally when the bill was signed by the governor, he was on a ship. So he was gone for about 6 months. So when he got back, he legitimately didn't know about the law. Okay, now, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Any good attorney will tell you that, but this gentleman didn't know. Okay, so he was hanging out with a bunch of his friends one night at this restaurant or bar or wherever it was, people who worked with him, and they were talking about guns. And there was one woman there who was very curious, and she kept asking specific questions about guns. And she said, she said, you guys talk about guns a lot. Do you have any grenades or anything? And the guy was just joking. He said, oh yeah, I got crates and crates of them all over my house, floor to ceiling. And they're like, okay. And then later on, this same group of friends was together, and they were having a discussion, like friends do when they're out having dinner. And this woman again started asking very specific questions about guns. And she started asking questions about banned guns. Specifically, I think it was an AK-47 at the time. And she said, hey, I have a neighbor that wants one, or my husband wants one or something. Do you know where I could get one? Or do you have one? He says, oh yeah, I got tons of those things. I got them all over my house. They're everywhere. So this is the story the gentleman's telling my associate, right, my employee. And so the next thing he knows, he's at home, and he's divorced. He has a son. The son's there with him. The son's a minor child. And next thing he knows, he's at his house one day. There's a knock on the door. So he goes to the door, opens it up. There's police. They pull him outside. There's a full SWAT team there. They're decked out in the riot gear and everything. And they pull him outside, and they say, is there anyone else in the house? And he says, well, yeah, my son's in there. Okay, so they go in the house, they get the son, they find all these guns everywhere, right? Now, the guns were all legally owned. He didn't, they ask him questions. Oh, yeah, those are my guns. They're over here. I keep them there. And they found 2 assault handguns that had not been registered under the new law, okay? Which he was ignorant of, okay? And that's eventually what they charged him with. They also charged him with another criminal offense of not having guns secured around a minor child, which is a law that's still on the books today. Okay, so he got charged with all those things. And he ended up going to court, right? They took all his guns. He had to fight to get his guns back. Eventually, he got his guns back. Some of them disappeared from the evidence room. But he spent about, I think it was around $40,000 to $50,000 for his legal defense. Now, how many of you in the room today have a bank account somewhere with just $50,000 lying around, ready to be used for your legal defense to justify use of lethal force? I don't, okay? I don't. If I had that kind of money, I'd spend it on something, right? We all would. So, and this gentleman followed up his whole story with this. He said, listen, you don't have to believe a word I said. He gave his name. Google me. You'll find the internet. You'll find an article on the Baltimore Sun. I did that. I confirmed everything that he said. So kind of a unique set of circumstances, but just going to show you that as a law-abiding citizen, right, you can find yourself caught up in these legal situations. Now, he was in violation of the law. He had the assault long pistols. He couldn't get those back, and a couple of his guns disappeared, and he should have had the guns secured around a minor child. But the point is this, is that if you make a mistake, or if the law thinks you made a mistake, if the police think you made a mistake, you have to prove that you didn't, right? And that costs money. So there's a few things you'll get with a membership with U.S. Law Shield. First of all, if you look at everyone gets a membership card. You look at the membership card, there's a hotline number. So if you find yourself in a situation where you need help, you call that number, and guess what? A real attorney answers the phone. Okay, you don't get a customer service rep. You don't get someone taking a message or a messaging service. You talk to a real live attorney that is versed in these types of defenses. Okay, firearms, legal defense, self-defense. If you're involved in a situation where you have to use a firearm or any other weapon, legal weapon, to defend yourself, that is not the time to develop a relationship with an attorney, is it? It's not the time to decide where you're going to get legal defense and how you're going to pay for it. Okay, best thing to do is prepare ahead of time. So what is the pricing? Okay, well, I think it's the best. It's the best deal on the market. So it's $10.95 per person per month, which if you pay yearly, it translates to $130, $140 a year. With that coverage you get, okay, what is that? That's a few cups of coffee per month, right? With that coverage, you get no caps, no limits. Okay, there's no reimbursements. You don't have to. Okay, well, we spent $45,000 in your legal defense. Now you have to reimburse us $12,000. There's no reimbursements. There's no caps. Oh, we've reached the end of your coverage, sir. I'm sorry, you're on your own. Nope, doesn't happen. There's no limits. Also, this insurance covers firearms or any legal weapon that you use to defend yourself. Your fists, a knife, any legal weapon. Okay, not just the guns. Also, in order to keep the price down, okay, we offer the basic coverage. Now, there are add-ons, okay, so you can basically tailor your coverage to your individual needs, okay? Some of the most popular ones are multi-state coverage, which because with the Platinum membership, your membership is state-specific, okay? With the multi-state add-on, you are covered in any state. So if you travel for business, if you travel on vacation frequently, if you have a second home somewhere, if you visit family out of state, you can continue your protection across state lines. It's very important for people that travel frequently. There's also bail bond expert witness protection. Okay, we all know that if you get yourself into some kind of a legal jam, expert witnesses can be very helpful. Also, do you have money for bail? This add-on, it's a very minimal expense each month, will provide $25,000 in bail money and also will cover the cost of an expert witness in your trial. Okay, there's also gun owner identity theft and minor child and hunter shield, which are very exciting products today as well. If you have questions about those additional add-ons, just see me after the meeting, and I'll be happy to explain everything to you. Like I mentioned just a few moments ago, the startup fee is $19.95 per person, and I'm sorry, the monthly fee is $10.95 per person. There is a startup fee, it's $19.95 per person. Now, they won't waive the fee, we've already asked, okay? But promotion tonight to encourage you to take this step and get protection for you and your family. If you sign up for a year, $130, $140 for an individual, and you pay for a year, can't waive the startup fee, but we'll give you 2 free months. Okay, so essentially you're getting your money back in services. So you buy 12 months tonight, you pay for the year membership, you get 2 months free. It's a great value. Also, if you sign up tonight, your price is locked in. It will never go up. So if there ever is a price increase, happens to be a price increase, then you're protected because you're locked in now. So this is great coverage, folks. If you have a gun, and listen, many of us don't like to carry guns, okay? I have a carry permit. I don't carry a gun all the time because I can't legally carry everywhere, and sometimes it's just not appropriate, okay? And some people don't like to carry guns at all. That's okay. If you don't carry a gun, this coverage is still for you if you have a firearm in the home for self-defense, okay? It's very important. So with that being said, I'm very excited to be here tonight. If you have any questions, my name is Mike. Again, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Direct you to the back table here. There are forms all in your packets in front of you. You can start to fill your forms out, and also talk to the person at the back table here. We'll help get you signed up, and we're here to help you, so don't be afraid to ask any questions. I guarantee you any question you've had, we've heard 2 or 3 times before. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening.